The primary service techniques are serving food with one hand, serving food with both hands, arranging the food, and pouring beverages. Serving food with one hand. This service technique is used only for platter service and involves the so-called long grip. In the long grip, the utensils are held in the right hand. Hold the spoon between the index and middle fingers and the fork between the index finger and the thumb. The spoon and fork should align. Gently slide the spoon under the item to be served so that it is held between fork and spoon. Remove your index finger, apply light pressure to the fork, and lift.
To pick up food. The spoons shown here back to back is good to pick up solid materials like marbles and stuff like that. If you turn it around, you can use it to pick up rice and other vegetables and things like that. You can also use a combination of a spoon and a fork, or you can use a pair of forks. Forks are usually useful to pick up spaghettis and noodles and things of that nature. The technique is very easy to master. On one hand, the right hand, you put your fork over and under your last three fingers, and then the second fork would be between the thumb and the index finger. Just pause the video and look at it and practice doing it, and you can do this in less than 2 minutes. So here's the back to back, and you can, like I say, pick up solid pieces of materials, or you can use a combination of a spoon and a fork. Try to use something that is of equal length, so the handle won't butt against your palm. So this is generally how it's done. I'm sure there are other ways of doing it, but I find this quite useful. If you don't have a regular pair of tongs, even when you're barbecuing, as long as you don't get your fingers too close to the fire, you can pick up whatever steaks or chicken you're barbecuing with without using a pair of
Serving food with both hands. This technique is used when working at a side table or a buffet. Hold the spoon in your right hand and the fork in your left hand when serving with both hands. If the food is prepared in a sauce, always scrape the bottom of the spoon with the fork to prevent drips and keep the plate you are preparing clean and neat. Arranging food on the plates. Here the meat is always placed at the lower part of the plate. Sauces are served separately in a sauce boat or served to the left of the meat or fish. When a dish is cooked in sauce, such as curry or stews, the sauce is served over the meat. Compound or flavored butter, such as dote or dodal butter or herb butter, are placed directly on the meat. Side dishes are arranged to achieve color harmony. pouring beverages. Hold glasses by the foot or stem only to avoid fingerprints. Glasses are always placed to the guest's right with the right hand. If the glass has a logo, it should face the guest. When serving rich red wines that have been decanted or are in a wine basket, hold the glass, slightly slanted, on the table with the left hand and slowly pour out the wine with the right hand so that the wine sediment is not disturbed. A bottle of wine is first presented to the host. Then the bottle is opened and a small amount is poured out for the host. After the host approves, the guests are served first and the host's glass last.
When the host is ready, take their order. In order to avoid any mistakes, repeat the order back to the host. Select the sparkling wine glasses and place on the table in the correct position. Then fetch the pre-prepared ice bucket and place next to the table. In the cellar, select the wine from the fridge. Double-check it is the correct bottle. Then carefully carry the bottle to the table. Present the bottle, making sure the label is visible. Repeat the order back to the host, including the name, vintage, and producer. When opening the wine, it is best to use a side table or guéridon. Remove the foil from around the cork, using the tab or a waiter's friend. Loosen the cage using the metal tag. Now the cork needs to be held securely and the bottle should be pointed away from any customers. Hold the cork and twist the bottle, releasing the cork in a controlled way. Wipe around the neck of the bottle before returning to the table. Hold the bottle, ensuring the label is visible. Pour a sample for the host and wait for their approval. Moving clockwise, pour the wine for the other guests. It is usual to serve ladies before gentlemen. It is important to pour slowly to prevent bubbles spilling out of the glass. Catch any drips with a service cloth. Fill the host's glass last. Finally, place the bottle carefully in the ice bucket with the service cloth on top. At some points during the meal, the guests will require top-ups. Use your judgment to assess when to do so. It is important not to top up too frequently, as this can irritate customers. When you do top up, make sure to wipe down the bottle first. Refill the guest's glass before refilling the host's. Then place the bottle back in the ice bucket.
Crockery introduction. Chinaware is made of silica, soda ash, and china clay, glazed to give a fine finish. Chinaware can be found in different colors and designs, which are always coated with glaze. Crockery classification. They were divided into 4 parts, depending upon how they are made and what material comprises them. Porcelain. It is a ceramic material made from unrefined earth material like clay and sand. Ceramics are then processed by baking or cooking in a kiln. The clay is of lower quality than other types of chinaware, and it does not become rigid and glass vitrified after it is fired. Ceramics are similar to earthenware, but they are less durable. Bone china. China is a non-absorbent, non-porous clay, or made of exceptional white clay and cooked at an extremely high temperature. The most delicate china is typically thin, resistant to chipping, translucent, and will ring clearly when tapped. Stoneware. Stoneware that is made of a single light clay and then fired at a temperature known as stoneware. This slightly gray cast is non-porous and highly durable. Earthenware. It may sometimes be as thin as bone china and other porcelains, though it is not translucent and is more easily chipped. Earthenware is also less intense, less rigid, and more porous than stoneware. Crockery sizes and usages. Here is the list of various crockery. We will discuss their size and usage one by one. Teacup. It is a small cup, with or without a handle, generally a small one that may be grasped with the thumb and 1 or 2 fingers. It is typically made of ceramic material. It is usually part of a set, composed of a cup and a matching saucer. Usually can hold no more than 240 milliliters or 8 ounces. Side plate. Appetizer, dessert, salad plate, side plate. Vary in size from 4 to 9 inches. B&B plate. Bread and butter plate small, about 6-7 inches for individual serving. Dinner plate. Dinner plates extensive 10-12 inches, including buffet plates which tend to be larger November 14th inches. Ramekins. It is thick-walled, heavyweight melamine in plain white used for dips and relishes. It varies from 90 milliliters to 180 milliliters. Decorative plate. These plates are placed under a separate plate used to hold food, and these are larger than 15 inches. Pasta bowl. These plates are used for the service of pasta, varies from 10.5 to 12 inches. Rectangular plate. These plates are used for the service of starters and desserts. 11x7 inches. Soup bowl. These bowls are used to serve soups, and the size is 4.5 inches. The holding capacity for a soup bowl varies between 230 milliliters to 500 milliliters.